Well, usually it's a funny intro, actually, for every single one up until this point.
I feel like it's a good teaser for the most part, you know?
Because it's all about jokes and it's all about, I mean, our lives, but that's the same thing. So
Our lives are a joke. First off, we got a lot of good feedback on Instagram from just doing a little poll. And yeah, we're grateful for the input. And it was basically just keep going is really what it was. You guys kind of sound like it all. The stories, good conversations about real life topics. And
I think, and also like we will try to keep it at like 25 minutes, I think, for your average podcast. Yeah, just appreciate the support. I think there was like 150 downloads so far on the first 4 episodes. So
rock on.
Hell yeah. I mean, that's way more than I was expecting or hoping for. You know, I feel like we had a lot of support. So thank you.
Yeah.
And your mom and your brother who you shared it with.
Yeah. All the folk out there.
All the folks.
And I feel like today is going to be fun because it's more just about some past trips that we've been on, the wild journeys of each one and the different outcomes like that we've learned. And just, they're just wild. They're just fun. I don't know which one we want to start with. I don't know if we want to go in chronological order.
I couldn't even tell you which one was chronological.
You're kind of right, but I think yours was one of the first ones. Idaho trip was 4th of July.
Okay.
One of the first major trips that we went on was for Trevor's birthday. We started a tradition this year of surprising one another with a trip on their birthday to somewhere. So that can mean like going down to Vegas or New York and in the city and hanging out, or that can mean going to like the Uintas and backpacking or just whatever. It's kind of just whatever, but a trip.
Basically, I didn't know where we were going until we were there. Like I wasn't blindfolded or anything, but so I basically just asked him like, what do I need? What's the packing essentials? And so he just told me like, it's kind of like a warm biome, warm area, you know, wear this, and this. But that's like all I knew about the trip until we got there. And obviously we got there late. It was like 11 or 12 or something. But
yeah, so it was all dark, but there's signs and stuff. And if you're paying attention, I mean, Trevor did a good job, I feel like, of trying to distract himself and was like listening to music and was doing his own thing. He was in the back seat.
It's pretty easy to do that to me. Distract me.
It's true. But yeah, that was just a really fun one because it was really fun planning it. I planned it with a good friend, Connie, and I don't think any of us had been down there.
Oh my gosh.
And our friend Johan. Oh my gosh, there's more to this trip.
There's so much more. I just remembered right before you.
Yeah, go for it. Tell us.
So first of all, he tells me that there's this trip going on and we have all of our stuff in the car and he's taking me like to the airport. I was like, dude, you did not. I was freaking out. He was like, you did not. Where are we flying to? Like, where are we going to?
He's like, well, we're flying somewhere. He's like, we can't. We only have like a weekend. Like,
yeah, it's like Friday night and we only have Saturday and Sunday. Anyways, I was so confused. And then we go into the arrival lane. And I was more confused. I was like, what girl did you fly in for me? I don't know anybody where we should be picking up at the airport right now. Who did you invite?
Future wife.
Who did you invite?
Future wife.
What kind of date is this? Anyways, it ended up being our good friend Johan from Texas. He flew in. And that was a good surprise. Mm-hmm. I was tripping for a sec.
And he actually helped plan because he visited me previously a few weeks, I think, before.
Yeah, he was just there.
And we were downtown and he was like, dude, we should go to a jazz game. And then it all like kind of clicked.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And
I forgot about that too.
And so then there's this other time and it was so funny because again, Trevor doesn't know what's going on. So later that day or the next day or something, we go to a jazz game and we're headed down to park at a garage and the dude at the garage, normally there's not a guy. It's just like a machine. Oh my gosh.
I forgot about all of it.
And so he didn't know really the whole time. He kind of gathered
There was jokes going around about a jazz game and I was really confused. And then, the parking guy.
Yeah, he's like, are you parking for the jazz game? And I was like, no.
and then he's like, okay. You can't park here.
And then I was like, well, shit, I am. It was supposed to be a surprise, right? And then I had to.
It was super.
I had to give in to the.
It was pretty funny though.
Yeah, I couldn't like wink at him or anything, you know, he wasn't gonna understand.
It was like a security guard. He's like, who is this guy? Like, get out of here.
He's like, So
Wow.
he found out,
a jazz game.
but yeah, then we went to a jazz game. We had a good time, and then I think the next day we were driving, and that's when Connie met up with us three.
Yes.
We all drove down. We got there really late.
I wouldn't have known where we were if we didn't park right next to those cliffs in where it was Capitol Reef. That's where it was.
Goblin Valley.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
It was a good trip. I loved it. I swear.
You bastard.
Yeah. So we camped right next to these like cliffs, and I was like, okay, I do know where we're at. So it was kind of fun. Like I got like a glimpse of it, but then we woke up in the morning and it was crazy gnarly.
Yeah, because when you wake up, no matter what, when you get to a place at dark, it's like a whole new world when you wake up.
I can't believe you did that. That was so fun.
It really was, yeah.
I have a lot of expectations weighing on me for Peirce's.
No, he doesn't. It's
do.
just his own personal expectations that you're setting for yourself.
Personal problems. Anyways, Peirce's birthday is coming up in a few months, and so I'm starting to plan that.
Yes.
For you.
I'm excited, man.
I'm excited too. I don't really know what I'm going to do yet.
I figured, but I know you'll figure it out too.
Well, it's true. It is December 19th, and I don't know what I'm getting you for Christmas. So
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Well, it's because you told me today. You're like, I know you're terrible at gift giving, so here's what I want. And I said, wow, you know me so well. Real gift giver over here. He's a professional gift receiver. He's like, just skip the guessing and just here's what I want. That's how my sisters are, man.
Tell me what you want.
I mean, I feel like that's how it is when it's adulting. Because there's no surprise in Christmas no more.
It's true, but it's also like, look, I don't want a little knick-knack thing. Like, that's just junk that's eventually going to get thrown away.
If you're going to spend money on me, you might as well spend it on something I actually...
And the idea of Christmas is like caring, sharing, right?
Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring. Is that what Christmas meaning is? Sure, for now, in this episode, for this purpose.
Okay, back to not Christmas. Back to birthdays, the second best day of the year.
You're right. So I felt like that was fun because since none of us on the trip had been there before, it was just a lot of exploring. We just kind of drove around to a bunch of close by spots because Goblin Valley itself, which is a shame. Looking back now, we didn't really go into it and like explore it.
We were kind of on the outskirts and then went to other places.
Yeah. Like I said, we just started driving to which was cool too. I remember we played spike ball on like this mound. It turned more from, if you don't know what Goblin Valley is like, it's like a bunch of weird rock formation things.
It's like 5 foot, 10 foot, like midget rock minefield looking.
Yeah, like it's wild. It is pretty wild. It's like the dwarfed version of Bryce Canyon, basically. Yeah.
You take all the pillars and spires and whatever from Bryce, and you just like pack it down into like 5 feet. Yeah,
exactly.
So it was definitely fun though. I remember playing spike ball on that little hill.
Yeah, that was what I was about to say.
Mainly, I remember Peirce running after the ball because he dropped it.
I did.
I might have hit it bad to him, but
and then I made it back up, and then I accidentally kneed it out of my hand again, like right when I got to the top.
He gets all the way to the top of the hill, all the way to like at least 10 feet away from me. Like hits it out of his hand. He's an athletic dude. I trust him with a lot of things. He was not having a good day. You had to run that twice. I watched the drone footage on that after, and I see you getting. Missing the ball and then having to hike down.
Yeah, that was me.
It's okay. It
was tough. I bounced back though. I did. I don't do that no more.
Mainly it was just so windy. That's what it was. It was windy on top of there, so like the ball was just flying.
It looked cool, but yeah, it was not. It was not good.
I didn't even get a good video of that thing, so it was kind of not even worth it. But
at the same time,
the story.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was a good effort. It was one of those things where it's like, it would have been cool. That's kind of like the motto of my life. Oh, almost cool. Oh, it was almost good enough.
You almost made that look really awesome, man.
Mainly like in basketball, like I'll just like throw up these random shots and then it like hits the rim. Oh, it was almost cool.
Yeah, or he'll break my ankles and then he like
misses the shot. Almost good. Anyways, that was kind of it for Goblin Valley though.
Yeah.
But it was super fun we went on this road, like a dirt road for like, I don't know, it seemed like it could go on for like 40 miles. We probably rode it for like 15. found some cool spots. That was a pretty fun, like going back to our last podcast episode, Roads Less Traveled. That was definitely, everything about that just seemed so just away from everybody. Like it wasn't a national park or anything. So it was kind of nice
way
to be
more
on your
low
own.
key. Yeah, I will say I think it is fun. It's kind of like the Lewis and Clark feel whenever you just go out and explore, and you're like scoping out areas for your future trips or for other things, you know, that you could use those spots for. And that is something we both enjoy. So it was a fun trip for sure.
Yeah.
It was like a scouting, new, fun mystery, basically, we were solving.
It was a mystery box of a trip, that's for sure. And honestly, we're super stoked for the future trips. Like when we get older, like when we have even more money and more time, boy, we're going to go on some week-long excursions.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm excited. In a few months, that's what we'll be doing. March, baby.
March.
Don't ask me what day. March 18th, 16th.
Which is it?
It's 16th.
It's the 19th.
Not even one of them. I wasn't even.
Yeah, guys, it's bad. His memory, I think, or something, it's not like plugged in all the way and it's empty.
It's so bad. I have problems. My mom's birthday, I don't even know.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Still. Every year I try to remember it, and every year it goes down the drain.
Well, May 24th, Mom. Happy birthday, future you. Love you.
I'm pretty sure it's April 6th. So
cheers to you, Deb.
Cheers to you, little Debbie.
I'm praying for your son too. Don't worry.
We're all praying for me. Goodness gracious. There's a lot of... Everybody thinks I'm not okay, by the way. Everybody's like, bro, Connor texted me. Connor Green, my friend, he texted me and he was like, bro, I just listened to your second podcast. Like, are you doing okay? And I was like, I don't even know what was on that podcast. I don't even remember, but yes, I'm good.
I'm fantastic.
What was another excursion?
Well, speaking of Johan, he also is involved in another great trip. And this trip was actually for him because he was leaving for 2 years to go serve a mission for the LDS Church.
Oh, yeah.
And so he flew back. Again, he's from Texas, so he flew back to Utah again.
I was like, he probably flew into Utah like
3 times.
3 times in a month?
In a
month. Or a month and a half?
Probably a month and a half, yeah. And anyways, though, we went on this awesome trip because my other cousin, Jack, was living in Provo at the time. So it was really fun. It was like a unique group of us, and we had a lot of good conversation. It was like one of the best trips for conversation-wise. I felt like the drive there was awesome. The drive back was awesome.
Yeah, like no small talk, I feel like, was had.
Exactly. And then like when we wanted to listen to music, which was a lot of the time, everybody was playing really good music.
Yeah, that's
like we
true.
all loved.
We added so many songs to playlists that trip.
That was a trip where it was like, oh my gosh, people are so awesome. Like talking to people and hearing the music that they like, and it's impacted them. And it was just a really awesome trip.
Right, more genuine, just conversation.
Exactly. Like, yeah, just a very personal, genuine trip. I would say that is like a good.
Right, and it was cool for you, I'm sure, because Jack was his cousin.
Yeah,
and he used to hang out a lot younger.
Yeah, younger. We would be outdoors a lot. Usually, like family reunions, we'd be in Tennessee or Virginia or Alabama, just doing boy stuff in the woods.
When was the last time you hung out with Jack before?
Oh man,
this?
It was years. I couldn't tell. I think it was junior year. That Idaho trip I went with them. So 4 years ago, 5 years ago, maybe something like that.
Nice.
Anyways, yeah, it was great to see him. And then Johan was like my best friend, one of my best friends. There was a lot of good people in Texas.
Whoa.
And
watch yourself.
And so, yeah, he came out and I was really excited because like I said, he's going to be gone for 2 years. So it's fun it was a good trip for him and for us all to
hang out. It was just like a big reunion. Because I've met Johan before.
And Jack. You met them both before.
And Jack, yeah. So it was just like one of those trips where you're around good people who you don't see a lot, but you have like hung out with before. So you have like solid ground. So you can just skip some of that small talk, you know?
Right.
Yeah. So it was really awesome, actually. It was just wild the direction that trip went, because it was originally planned to just do Zion, right?
Right. It was like, because Johan and Jack, and I think all of us were just like, Zion is awesome. Let's go explore Zion.
Right.
And I had like an extra day off, so it was a little bit longer of a weekend. Boy, did that it took a left turn.
A U-turn, and then a right, and then off the cliff. Down the hill, into the river, floated down a bit, and then got off at the exit.
Then a volcano erupted, meteor shower happened. It was wild.
And then we were in the ocean.
Abducted by aliens on another planet.
On a different rock floating in space. That's how left turn it went. Wow.
Yeah, we're dramatic, obviously.
Dramatic.
Wait, what happened first? Let's think. I think what happened, I guess Zion, what happened first, right? We got there. We tried to wake up early. I can't remember what time now, 6?
I don't remember. I don't even remember what day that started. Where did we camp?
We camped just on the road, I'm pretty sure, that first night, remember?
Oh, yeah. We were basically camping in like a dirt park.
So the first camping, it was, again, we got there late. It was dark. It kind of sucked.
That was when you were getting off super late. Right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So we got there super late. But we still woke up early, and that's the day that we got into the park and hiked Angel's Landing.
Exactly. But it was a really long line, even though we woke up early to just get on the shuttles. Then it was like butt to butt on the hike for mainly just towards the top, I would say, I guess.
Still most of the way.
Do you remember that
hike? We were just like, all right, no stopping through the switchbacks.
Exactly. We were
if you've ever hiked Angel's Landing, I mean, I'm sure this isn't as impressive, but it felt awesome. We went through all the switchbacks up until like the porta potty without a break.
It was great.
Like stopping, like we didn't even stop once.
Taking names.
We were yes.
No, it was fun. It was like, let's just go, and then we hit a wall of people whenever it gets tight.
That's mainly why we stopped.
Yeah.
There's so many.
And then it was fun. We met a girl up there. We were talking. We took some fun pictures. Johan got to take his like LDS mission. He brought all of his clothes up there, changed it into
a white shirt and tie up on top of Angel's Landing.
Exactly. So it was fun.
We're really good at meeting Russian women.
We are. Oh my gosh. We got a knack somehow.
We got an eye for them, I guess.
Or they got an eye for us.
It's true. We met a group of Russian girls in Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
And I like randomly heard them talking at the showers, and I was like, whoa, what language is that? Anyways, got to talking. They hung out with us a few days. And then, this girl, we just saw her kind of alone. And she was taking pictures at Angel's Landing while Johan was doing that.
Yeah.
So we were just kind of talking about camera stuff.
Yeah. And we got to know each other, talked about hanging out, never did.
She still messages me. She's
no
cool.
way. That's awesome.
Yeah, she's super cool. I don't remember her name or how to pronounce it. So I'm sorry if that's you.
But yeah, she was cool. So that was it was a fun hike. It was really hot.
Oh, yeah.
This was like June. Then we hike back and we just dip in the water, like the first bit of water that we saw path to.
Yeah, that was a great feeling. I love the summer for that reason. You actually can go on hikes and then get in the water and it'd be like fine afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, it was so nice.
Mm-hmm. Especially in southern Utah, yeah.
So that part actually went according to plan, I guess. So that went all great.
Right. And it was pretty.
It went downhill when we went off-road.
Basically, which was right after that. We go to the store, we get some more food or whatnot.
Well, that also took forever. Everything about this whole day. Yeah, like hours we waited in line for the shuttle for like an hour and a half. The whole hike, shuttling back.
You're right.
It took forever. It was already like the afternoon when we were getting
I think
food.
It was like 3 or 2 or 3. And and then by the time we got our food, we were like, well, let's go find a new, better spot to camp. Did a little bit of off-roading, and my poor unfortunate soul popped a tire.
Super bad. And this is like, I feel like a lot of stuff happened to you in these weeks. I don't even remember what happened. That was one of them, though.
The whole year.
He's had a lot of unfortunate events happen.
It's been an amazing events. There's been so
true.
much good stuff too. But yeah, we get the flat tire. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the second day. We're supposed to have a fun trip. Here we are. We changed the tire.
And we were like a few miles deep into a rough dirt road.
And we were right in Zion too. So it was like...
there was nothing really there.
Right. And it was like, do we risk putting on the spare... going into town, there's nothing really open, or do we drive to St. George now, then do we have to camp there, or do we just set up camp now and then do all that in the morning? And thankfully we made the right decision. I felt like we just camped because it was an awesome spot. It was so awesome
because it was kind of like sunset was happening. There wasn't much we could do anyways. The mechanics were already closed. Like there was a lot of
So it was like finally, like after realizing all that, all the stress just kind of went away, and we started a fire. We ate some food.
We'll do this in the morning. Basically, like we're worried about this tomorrow.
It's getting dark. I can't even see my car. Let's just chill in our hammocks.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Exactly.
That star point, that sunset was beautiful. A, B,
So
those
beautiful.
stars in the hammock spot that we had. We made like a triangle of hammocks.
Not really any shape, but all 4 of us were hammocking right in like the same
You're
like,
right.
branch
It wasn't
of trees.
any form of beauty. But
It wasn't, but the friendship was beautiful.
super beautiful.
It was great. And it really was a really pretty spot. So regardless of the circumstances, we had a great night.
Until we woke up.
Then we woke up and we were like, well, this is
Now
terrifying.
we have to deal with this. We went like 5 miles, 10 miles an hour on that dirt road.
So that took a long time. Then we go into a Walmart to St. George.
Oh yeah, that's what happened. So our whole Zion trip was kind of like
It was kind
out
of
of
like
the
kaput.
question. Yeah, we had to drive all the way to St. George because that was the only place that was open that day.
Right. So we get it done. Yeah, because it was Sunday.
Yeah,
We got it done. And then we were like, well, we have a state park pass. Let's just go hit up some lake or something. Again, let's just try to enjoy this. Yeah, and we hammocked, just chilled, ate some lunch, swam. It felt great. It was nice.
Oh, it was a good time.
And then honestly, I don't remember where we camped that night.
We just went out into the wilderness. Well, I don't know what pin we got.
Yeah, I remember now.
We found a spot and we just I think we just looked at BLM land and then just kind of drove out. It was like a Breaking Bad vibe, if you've ever seen that show. It was just like out in the desert, and there were some sketchy RVs, and I remember that. There's some sketchy people out there.
There is some sketchy people in this world.
It's true. I mean, like, we dealt with it. Like, St. George was fun. The lakes were fun. Everything about it, like, turned out fine.
Right.
It was just not, like, in the original
Yeah, it was
plan.
a really fun trip. But again, yeah, like you said, just a lot of left and right turns and U-turns.
So
and
many.
such.
But, like, I feel like we adapted to what was coming up.
We handled it like men.
Yeah. If a woman were there, wow, they'd be impressed.
She would have.
Yeah, just we can move on. Yes.
And then the ride home, again, the conversation was awesome. And that's actually...
This is a very important detail. Pay attention, folks.
It's
and action.
Scene. Here we go.
Take one. Good luck.
Action. So as we're driving... Are you saying it or am I saying it?
No, I was going to say something, but just... Okay. Go.
Okay. Scene 2. Action. Cut 2. Take 2. Okay, here we go.
And action.
As we're driving, we were talking. Trevor's to basically. Actually, I don't know exactly how it sprung up. To be honest, I just know that the drive home, you talked about Sonder. We all were talking about it.
I think because we were talking about people and just how awesome like the trip had been.
Yeah, and I think it's same. We were having a conversation just like this.
Right, and then we were just we talked about what Sonder meant and kind of this idea that I've had because for some reason that trip I was thinking about it a lot more than usual. So that's how that started. And then we started talking about how we wanted a business together. And Peirce went through a phase of like 2-3 weeks where he would order like thousands of stickers.
Oh, yeah. Not thousands.
Okay, hundreds. At least hundreds. He would order like 100 stickers from like a Breaking Bad thing or like 100 stickers from...
Not that I have like a fetish for stickers or anything. It's just...
He did.
It was like,
Boy,
you can go on Amazon and buy like $5-7 worth and you get a bunch of choices. I was like, yeah.
Yep.
Click. Yep. Done. Cart. Yes. Check out.
Yeah. So, and I think like we just bought our cooler, we had our water bottles and just everything, and you just kind of wanted to customize it.
Yeah. I just throw some stuff on it.
Yeah. So that was a phase, and we started talking about how fun it would be to like create our own adventure travel stickers and our own designs and all that. And then Jack kind of egged it on a bit.
He's throwing out ideas, yeah.
Right. So that was kind of like the first discussion of like, dude, we should do that. Like we've always wanted to have something of our own to create and grow.
Exactly. And then here we are, episode 5. So yeah, that was also just a really great trip. And it really did teach, I felt like, that regardless of circumstances, like it feels good to be in charge and in control of your life and your situation. And when you're with good people, I feel like that's another reason everything went so smooth too.
It didn't even matter what we did because we were with the right people.
Right. Like
Yeah.
all of us kind of had the same mentality, like solve the problem in the same way, also had the same like carefreeness, all in the right moments, you know, like we were all just kind of on the same page, and it was really nice.
Right. And there's so many like life aspects that you can compare that to, of like life isn't ever going to go the way you think it is, and just keep on rolling with the punches and adapt and kind of like figure it out, and it's going to be great either way.
You said this actually, Trevor, we had a conversation about it, but I know you said it in the conversation of how humans are just always problem solving. Like that's all we have done, and that's all we ever do. Like in the medical field, that's all it is. They basically crack open this person's body, look at it, say, how are we fixing this? And then they fix it.
Yeah.
Mechanics, like all these we have cars because we problem solved walking. We have planes, problem solved cars. I just think it's cool. I think that it was fun. It was just a great trip.
Yeah.
You know,
all of these have been good trips. And honestly, we have 2 more to talk about, but we're kind of coming up on time for an episode. So do you want to do a part 2?
Let's do a part 2, baby.
Okay, well, that was the first section of this series, and truthfully, if you don't listen to part 2, it's like leaving a sandwich half.
It's like eating a delicious Christmas cookie. It's just fresh out the oven, but
It's like having a cookie without a nice cold glass of milk.
There you go.
So you really got to finish the deal.
Tall
Glass of milk. Every single day for dinner. A nice tall glass of milk.
Hey, Peirce, you know what would go good with this meal?
And every time he says,
like what?
What?
Oh, sometimes I realize it. It's about I'm like a 20%.
20% chance.
Yeah.
Just a nice
cold glass of milk.
Oh,
every time.
Every dinner. It's so good. Dinner. Milk
doesn't matter. Mexican, Italian,
Mexican
American.
is the best meal to have a nice cold glass of milk.
Like you're eating tacos and milk.
Well, it's the heat factor. You don't want water.
I love
you want milk.
Water. Drink that agua. Moistens up your mouth, and then you just chomp on the taco.
It's okay. But what's better is a cold glass of milk.
Well, we gotta go adios.
Okay, so I hope you enjoyed your cookie, and let's go get you a glass of milk.
Thank you.
Till Thursday.
Adios, y'all.